If you're into macabre art and spooky stories, look no further than this weekly glance at horror comics. Remember, this isn't a set of reviews, just a list of what you'll find when you hit the comic shops this week in Comics Horror, September 18th, 2024. Let's check out This Week in Comics Horror, September 18th, 2024. Beginning with some smaller publishers where the dankest of horrors lurk. Get ready for a scavenger hunt through hell in Spend the Night number 5 from Jackie Kong and his Kong Comics, as a witch sends a bunch of teens out to gather up mystical items or lose their lives while doing it. This book also has QR codes to scan while reading that plays music which enhances the experience. I'm always into new ideas for comics, and I kind of like that one. Damaged People is another series of one-and-dones highlighting smaller horrors we experience in our everyday lives. It's by Damian Connelly and Alien Comics, which is a sub-imprint of the new Valiant comics. This second issue is about a bug collector, so I'm sure it's going to get icky. Spawn artist Mark Spears delivers Monsters number 1, which tells the story set in the 80s about a retired monster hunter having to gear up again when classic monsters resurface to menace the world. If you're a fan of great art, I think this one's going to be for you. On to the mid-tier publishers, where a lot of good stuff lie. A government conspiracy is uncovered as the cause of death of a bunch of MIAs during the Vietnam War who seem to be the victims of a blood sacrifice. The mystery deepens in Beyond the Pale number 2 from Dark Horse, Christofer Emgard and Thomas Aira. In The Graveyard Club number 1, R.L. Stine tells a story of a group of kids living in a town surrounded by cemeteries. Sounds like Goosebumps thrills from the master of YA horror and Boom Studios. And speaking of graveyards, a father attempts to find the remains of his deceased daughter after visiting an empty grave in a corrupt cemetery in The Body Trade by Zach Thompson. That premise sounds kind of familiar to me. It's kind of like the same premise of my own comic, Grave Trancers. Still, I'm interested in checking this new Mad Cave comic out. How about the big guns? And I'll include Image Comics in there as well. The Walking Dead, number 97, is out this week, and it's getting closer to the point where I dropped off the series. This reprint of the original series, of course, is in full bloody color from the usual team of Kirkman and Adlard. Here's a new series from Marvel focusing on the multiple Ghost Riders rolling around the Marvel Universe. At least they've given the series to a new writer and given Ben Percy a chance to write something else for a change. Spirits of Vengeance is from the new team of Sabir Pirzada and Sean Damian Hill. As with all Ghost Rider series, I'll give this one a chance. And John Constantine follows his latest case all the way to Hollywood, where there is all kinds of sordid things going on in John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America number 9 from Spurrier and Johnson. And here are two books that interested me the most coming out this week. Oni Press continues to honor those old EC comics with Epitaphs from the Abyss, number 3. This issue has 3 stories from the likes of Chris Condon, Corina Bechko, Jay Stevens, Charlie Adlard, Jonathan Case, and Leo Max. Sure, there are always some better than others, but I've dug most of the ghoulish tales so far. And finally, any week a new Ice Cream Man issue comes out is a good week indeed. W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo released the 41st issue of this amazing series, which seems to have a James Bond theme. I'm sure you'll leave this issue shaken and stirred. Everybody's a critic. Well, there you have it. Those are the 11 horror comics releasing this week. Surely there's something I listed here that you'll find worth your precious time and hard-earned money. Let me know which ones interest you or disinterest you down in the comments. Please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be.
Stuck inside your reality. Your